Hi, Jessica. I hope you are having a wonderful New Year's. I am assuming from your question that you mean unschooling. So, how do you unschool in a state that has required subjects? So, for those who don't know the difference between deschooling and unschooling, deschooling is a process that all homeschoolers go through. You take time off from anything school related and just really get to know your children and get to know yourself and really do some in-depth research and figure out how education is going to look in your home, because it's not going to look like public school. So unschooling is a homeschooling style. It's very similar to deschooling because it's almost a continuation of this lifelong learning process and learning through life. Okay, so what does that look like in a state that has required subjects? Pat Faranga describes unschooling as allowing your children as much freedom to learn and follow their passions and interests as you, as the parent, can allow. So as your children are learning through life, you're going to realize that their interests and their passions are going to cover a lot of different subjects. So what I would do with my daughter who is interested in starting her own restaurant, as we are going through this process together and she is typing up menus and she is learning the math behind it, I would do a sort of reverse planning and just kind of jot down what we did that day. My friend, the humorous homeschooler on here, is doing a series on reverse planning and it's excellent, so go check her out. So you're also going to do a lot of strewing. So if you see that your child hasn't covered a specific subject that you need to pass off for your requirements, you're going to start strewing information and materials and maybe apps and games in their way so that they can encounter that subject. A lot of times you just have to get really creative with your reverse planning and noticing what the children are doing throughout the day. I do know that a lot of states that have higher requirements do have like unschooling groups, and they will get together and play and learn the subjects that they need to learn for their required state. You absolutely do not have to radically unschool your children to be able to allow your child to have freedom to follow their interests and passions. Always, my unschoolers out there who live in more regulated states, how do you handle this situation?